What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. Curtis Weber here.
Sean Roycroft here.
Today, we're here to talk about a couple different things. We got a few different things on the agenda. A little different from yesterday. We got college football today.
Yep.
Previewing the games for Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We got a little bit of NFL action going on tomorrow on Saturday. So
Saturday football, man.
I'm excited.
Yep.
Can't wait to take a look at a couple of those games. We'll go in depth on those. We get to pick them in on the last podcast.
Yep.
We'll go a little bit more in depth for what we got, what bets we got, some different stuff. A little bit of college hockey happening this weekend as well.
Yep.
A couple good matchups, a home and home, Northeastern and Providence. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Yep.
And then on Saturday as well, UFC Fight Night, Thompson versus Neal, the main event. It's going to be a great match, and there's a lot of good prelim matches as well as a couple good main card matches.
Mm-hmm.
We'll preview a few of those as well.
Definitely.
Let you know what we got for bets or predictions. A couple of them we don't have any bets on, but
Yep.
definitely got our predictions in. So
We got one pretty good prelim bet. We'll get into that later, but
there's a couple. There's a couple good ones, honestly. Anyways, let's hop right into the college football. So the first game we're looking at, the number 3 in the nation, Clemson, against Notre Dame. Number 2. Who do you got, Sean?
So first off, I got Notre Dame. After that win, probably a month back now, man, after seeing that field march by the Notre Dame fans, I just think Notre Dame's going to take that momentum in. Obviously, Clemson's going to want to win that game bad, but huge Notre Dame fan ever since I was a little. Yep, hey, how about that?
Incomplete.
Oh, no, incomplete.
We're also watching the Oregon versus USC game right now. It's Friday night, watching the third quarter at the moment.
Yeah.
So you got Notre Dame.
I got Notre Dame. Let's see what you got.
So ACC championship in North Carolina. Honestly, just as a pick 'em, I think I'm going to have to take Clemson. The spread on the game, I believe, is 10.5, and I think we both got Notre Dame plus 10.5 in that game.
Yeah, we both have Notre Dame plus 10.5 because honestly,
It's a close game.
I don't think there's any way Notre Dame can lose by 10.5 against
be a close game.
Clemson.
It'll be a close game. ACC championship. You could definitely make the argument that in North Carolina might mess with Notre Dame, but they're gonna have some decent weather. They're gonna go out and they're gonna have a good game.
It's probably gonna
It's not gonna be a blowout.
It's not gonna be a blowout. I think it's
I got
gonna be
Clemson in the pick'em though, definitely.
offensive battle.
They're looking for revenge.
Offensive battle for sure. I mean, you got Trevor Lawrence, absolute beast. Obviously, probably number 1 pick, going to the Jets most likely.
Yeah. Or the Jags.
Or the Jags.
You never know.
Jets have been playing pretty decent ball lately.
Yeah.
Aside from that.
Yep. All right, so the next game we got is Alabama against Florida. The number 1 seed against the number 7.
Yep.
What do you got for this one, Sean?
Clear choice, Alabama. I mean, come on. Florida just came off a tough loss to LSU.
It's a pretty dumb pick'em, yeah.
Yeah,
it's dumb.
It's Alabama.
That one should be an asterisk, and we should have to take a spread on that one. Alabama minus, let's say, 17.5.
Yeah,
I'm still taking Alabama.
Yeah, it's still Alabama. I mean,
I think
they're gonna blow them up by 30 plus.
I think the line that Vegas has on them is I think 20 at least.
17.5.
Is it? No, I don't know.
No,
is that
it
actually
is,
right?
yeah, it's
Wow, no way.
17.5. I looked at it earlier.
SEC championship, Bama versus Florida. We both got Bama in the pick'em.
Yeah.
I feel like that one's gonna be a no-brainer.
Clear choice, Bama.
Next game we got Ohio State versus Northwestern. Big Ten championship. Sean, what do you got, man?
I got Ohio State in for the game, but for the spread, the spread was
minus 18.
Minus 18 for Northwestern, and
it's plus 18 for Northwestern. Minus 18 for Ohio State.
Minus 18 for Ohio State.
Yep.
But I just don't see Northwestern losing by 18 points. I mean, Northwestern's a solid team.
They got a good defense.
They do have a good defense.
Good defense. They hold up a good amount of games.
USC. Hey, speaking of this, USC just got the onside kick. Who knows now?
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. What an onside kick, man.
Nice kick. Wow. But anyways, back to the Northwestern game. I also have Ohio State. They're just too good.
Justin Fields, absolute beast.
Yeah, he's great. He's honestly very good. Northwestern, they're going to come out and hold the game with them. It's not going to be a blowout. I just don't see that Northwestern's going to come out and just let them run all over them and pass all over them.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
Not going to happen. Next game we got Iowa State versus Oklahoma.
That's a very, very tough game to pick, but
Big 12 championship.
I got Iowa State, man.
Iowa State ranked number 6. The Sooners are 10 in the nation. I think I'm going to also take Iowa State. I hate to have to agree with you on a lot of these picks, but these just seem pretty plain and simple on the spreads.
Obvious choice.
Obvious choices. I mean, we disagreed on the Notre Dame-Clemson game, but Iowa State, they probably got that one.
Yeah.
And so a couple of the Friday matchups that we had written down that we were going to preview, but already in play. Oregon at USC. We get some USC bets right now. We got them -3. Not looking so hot right now, but after that onside kick that they just recovered, we're hopeful. We're hopeful.
Not bad.
Hopeful now. Buffalo versus Ball State. We took the over in that game, 69. Favorite number.
I took a live bet on that one.
Had to take it.
I took the over 82.5.
Too much.
It's not looking the greatest, but
69 is already hit for me.
I took the money line on Ball State, so hopefully that should definitely hit.
Yeah.
That's looking pretty solid.
Want to get into college hockey a little bit, straight away from the football.
Hockey.
Hockey East matchup this weekend, I'd say is probably going to be a must-watch. I believe it's going to be on Nesson tomorrow, Saturday, 1 o'clock, if you don't want to watch any of the early championship games for football. Providence at Northeastern in Matthews Arena. Going to be a great game. Providence, not as great as they are normally. Northeastern, ranked number 12 in the nation. Providence, 19. I got Northeastern in the first game at home. They came off a good couple wins against Merrimack to start off the season. They're 2-0.
Merrimack's always that solid team, too.
They're solid.
But
they're not ranked right now, but they're solid.
I'm taking Northeastern on that, too. After seeing Boston College just absolutely blowing out Providence, I think the clear choice is Northeastern on that one.
I do see a Northeastern loss at Providence.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which is Sunday at 3 o'clock in Providence. Northeastern's a good team. They find ways to lose some games early in the season. I definitely see a Providence loss. A Providence win at one of these games.
I could see that too, but I'm still going to take Northeastern in that game.
Yes. Don't blame you.
I think Northeastern's going to...
They're good.
Yeah, I think they're going to get that.
They got good players. Their goaltender, Pantano, playing good so far this season. Had a great season last year. Tough to bet against them and a lot of stuff. But let's jump right into the next game. Minnesota, Duluth, North Dakota. Dakota, number 2 in the nation versus Minnesota, Duluth, number 3. This one's at North Dakota as well. That's 1 p.m. That's 1 Eastern time on Saturday, and if you're in the West, it's at 12. The Central time, it's at 12.
But all right,
what do you think?
Who can go against North Dakota at home, man?
It's tough.
Their home
That's
crowd.
Gonna be tough.
Can they have a crowd yet?
I don't know if North Dakota's got any crowd yet. I'm not sure. They're kind of up north, and they're probably being a little safe. A lot of the northern.
Still, anyways,
states.
North Dakota at home. I got North Dakota on that game.
I think they're ranked number 2 for a reason this year. I think they're a great team. Minnesota Duluth, always a tough team to play against.
Yeah.
They're a battle-tested team year after year.
Obviously,
I think this is one of their battle games of the season to get them going. I got Minnesota Duluth, the underdog in this game. On the road, going to be a very close game though.
And then
that's going to be a great one to watch. If you have that available to you, I don't believe we have it here on the East Coast, but if you're in the West or the Central area of the United States, I definitely recommend that you tune into that game. It's going to be a great game. The next game we got
QU and Bowling Green, right?
Yep, Quinnipiac and Bowling Green. Bowling Green visiting Quinnipiac.
Yeah,
do you have the rank of Quinnipiac? I actually don't have that. I believe they're ranked. I'm not really sure, but Bowling Green, 13 in the nation, non-conference matchup. Bowling Green always a very tough team in the playoffs every year.
Bowling Green's a very, very good team.
They're a good team. They're ranked a little bit low. I think they're just one below Northeastern.
Bowling Green's 12. Bowling Green's ranked number 12 right now.
Is that right? They must have updated it. No way.
Right there.
Wow. Yeah.
So Bowling Green's number 12.
Quinnipiac might not be ranked. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go with Bowling Green on this one, man. I think they're gonna come out strong.
I'm gonna take Quinnipiac at home.
You're gonna take Quinnipiac at home, okay?
I don't know. Bowling Green, they got to travel a far distance. They're
in Ohio.
What do you think? Are they taking a bus to
Connecticut?
Yeah, I don't know. What do college hockey players do?
They
don't take flights, do they? I don't think so.
I think they have to take a bus now.
Right?
That is a far ride, but I'm still gonna stick with Bowling Green.
It's a tough ride down the road. I think Quinnipiac sleeping in their own beds, comes out, plays a great game, and beats Bowling Green.
College hockey is kind of all over the place right now, man. It's tough to take picks on right now.
It is.
I'm gonna stick with Bowling Green for this one.
It's a good choice.
But
tough to bet against Bowling Green. They're always a great team.
Very, very
That
good.
one is 4 o'clock Eastern time on Saturday.
Yep.
All right, so let's hop into NFL real quick before we get into the UFC previews. So on Saturday, we got Carolina at Green Bay. Just going to take a look at the Saturday games. Didn't want to jump into all the Sunday games.
Yeah.
So Carolina at Green Bay. Is that the early game or is that the late game?
Carolina at Green Bay.
Yeah.
That's the I want to say early game.
So Carolina at Green Bay. I think in the pick'em I took Green Bay. We both did.
Yeah, that's
if I remember correctly. That's just pretty tough to not go and take Green Bay.
No. Broncos Bills is the early game.
Okay, so we got Broncos Bills early game. We'll talk about Green Bay first. Let me take a look at the spread. What do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to do? Is he going to be coming out passing, or are they going to try and run the ball?
I think they're going to try to run the ball with Aaron Jones.
Not a bad game plan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think they want to take any chances with Rodgers. They're obviously a playoff contender. Obviously, they're already in playoffs at this point.
So the line on Green Bay right now.
Oregon just scored, man.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah.
So the line on Green Bay is -8. So I mean, in that game, it's pretty tough to try and bet against Green Bay when Carolina has minimal to play for. They're probably looking for a decent draft pick at this point in the game. Definitely not making the playoffs.
Yeah, no.
-8 seems like a decent line to take.
I'm gonna take that -8 line. I think, but
I'm not gonna take it. But if I was gonna take one of the lines, I'd probably take -8 Green Bay as well.
I'm gonna take -8 Green Bay.
It's tough to bet against Green Bay at Lambeau.
But
it's simple
really,
as that.
Carolina is not.
They're not
a bad team,
and
man.
they got McCaffrey back, correct?
Is McCaffrey back this week?
I believe so. I think I saw that he was at least practicing.
That might be true. Or I think that is true, actually. I think McCaffrey is back. Yep.
And they got like a decent high-scoring game predicted at the moment. Vegas does, that is. They're running an over 52 line. Not sure what I would take for that. It's always kind of tough to bet an under when Green Bay's playing at home.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers just loves to tear it up at home. He does great.
There's no way they lose at Lambeau. I'm sorry, but
it's not happening.
It's not happening.
Don't take Carolina money line. Just not going to happen.
Not even close.
So now back to the early game: Buffalo Bills, Denver Broncos.
That's honestly, it's at Denver. So
I think that's going to be a closer game than people think.
It's going to be a closer game than people think. Drew Lock, not a bad quarterback, man.
Yeah, he is. He has his moments.
It sucked losing Cortland Sutton early on. I think he's a top 15 receiver in the league, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Noah Fant, one of the best tight ends in the league, top 5 tight end in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo. It's Buffalo, man. Buffalo's very good this year.
Yeah, if we're doing a pick 'em, Buffalo.
I would take Buffalo for the money line, but
it's a bad payout if you take the money line.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, it's a bad payout for the money line, but
I'd say your safest bet if you want to bet on this game would be over 49.
Yeah, I'd take the over.
Buffalo, they just proved to beat the over week after week after week.
Yeah.
I'd hammer the over if I were you guys. The spread at the moment is -5.5, so Buffalo would have to win the game by 6. That's a pretty solid line. I could see them winning by 7.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Denver's scrambling at the end to try and get 7. Locke throws a pick. I can see it happening right now.
I could see Buffalo winning by a touchdown.
It'll be a closer game than people think.
Definitely a closer game than people think, though.
Closer game.
In Denver's always hard to play. Denver defense is pretty solid.
I did see something on Twitter. Josh Allen played in Wisconsin. Wyoming.
He played it for Wyoming, yep.
And his home stadium for college was another 1,000 feet higher elevation than Mile House Stadium, so he shouldn't be too affected.
Josh Allen is used to it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying take Bills, especially the over. He's not going to be that flustered by the altitude or the cold or anything. He's used to it.
I mean, don't sleep on Denver's defense, man. I mean, Denver's defense is
they're great. Yeah, no,
they're good. They're good.
I mean, I don't see Buffalo coming out and running the ball.
No,
not going to happen.
Buffalo doesn't have.
They're
going to
have to throw it, and
I mean, Singletary's a good back out of the for the throwing game, but Zach Moss, I just don't see him getting over even 40 yards. I just don't see it happening.
I don't know.
Singletary
will be good out of the backfield throwing to him. That's going to be a great a great thing for
I
them.
see Moss maybe getting 30 yards on the ground, but
it's not going to be a lot for him.
No.
If you got him on your fantasy team, I wouldn't start him.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Let's move right into the UFC. We'll keep this one a little bit shorter today. Get the pace going a little bit. But we got UFC Fight Night on Saturday. Prelim matches start at 4 p.m.
Yep.
And then the main card matches start at 7 p.m. I wouldn't really sleep on the prelim matches this week, though.
Some pretty good ones.
They get some good ones. There's definitely a few guys who have no professional UFC matches. But one of those is actually going to be pretty good. We actually went in depth.
We took a good line on that, I think.
Yeah, we took a little bit of research and some time to look at this fight, and I kind of like our chances in this one. And then we get a couple good main card fights to look at as well. So the first prelim match that we looked at,
I don't even know how to pronounce this.
It's tough.
Nachukui and then Pickett.
Nachukui, it must be Nachukui. And versus Pickett. Both have no professional UFC matches.
Yep.
They both earned contracts in the Dana White Contender Series. It's notable to take a look at Nachukui's record. He's undefeated 4-0. That shows that he is a little bit inexperienced in the ring for UFC.
Younger as well. I mean, who knows? That might help.
Could help. Pickett, his record is 11-4-0. His reach is actually a good 3 inches longer than Nachukui's reach.
Yep.
Nachukui's got a 77-inch reach.
Mm-hmm.
Pickett also has a 2-inch height advantage. His height, 6'2", while Nachukui's is 6 flat.
Mm-hmm.
They're both labeled as strikers for their fighting style, so
not
really.
If you look at the KO/TKO percentage for Pickett, it's an 86%.
Yeah, he had a fight just 2 fights ago. I forget exactly who he was fighting, but he hammered the guy. I was watching some highlights from it the other day. It was against, let me see this right here. Jaquez Williams. I was watching it, and he just really did a good job against him. I like his style of fighting better than Nachukui's. It is notable to say that Nachukui gets 6.7 significant strikes per minute, which is quite a bit in the UFC. Yep. If you look at some other guys like Pettis and a few other guys that are fighting, like Chaos Williams, they're very good fighters that strike very, very often, and they're still under 5 significant strikes per minute. So Nachukui, he does have some good redeeming stats, but I definitely am going to go with Pickett. He's the underdog.
We took Pickett.
He's the underdog, plus 260.
Very good money line, too.
And Nachukui is a minus 330 favorite, which is quite a bit for both who have no professional UFC matches. Like to see who comes out and just puts up the better match. And those guys are fighting at a middleweight. And so now we'll go into the next of the prelim fights, which is actually the final fight of the prelims. Anthony Pettis versus Alex Morano.
Yep.
This one's going to be a very interesting match. I've never seen Anthony Pettis play in a prelim fight. I've only seen him on the main cards.
Yep, same here.
So I'd like to see how he performs down kind of a tier than where he usually is performing at. His opponent, Alex Morano, has a 1-inch height advantage on him. No advantage in reach, though. They both have a 72-inch reach. And I was looking at significant strikes per minute. Anthony Pettis has around 3.04 significant strikes per minute, while Alex Morano has 5.3 significant strikes per minute. So both of these guys labeled... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Pettis is labeled as a striker, while Alex Morano's type of fighting is labeled as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So that's interesting to note.
Yep.
And I did read somewhere that Anthony Pettis has been training a lot more to include some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu moves and stuff like that, which includes a lot more kicking, a lot of different things that you can do with your feet to give you some advantages. Morano has a couple different spin and kick knockouts, which is, I don't know, I've watched a few of his fights, and he's also just an animal. There was one fight, I'll have to take a look against who it was, but he got him down to the final, I think it was the final minute or so. And he was able to finish him off with a spinning back fist, which was great. Honestly, I loved watching that one.
Yeah.
Both these guys are fighting in the welterweight division. I don't know. It's tough to bet against Anthony Pettis. He had a great fight against Cowboy.
I got Pettis. I'm pretty sure you're going with Morano here. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going with Morano. I'm going with Pettis just because I think he's going to want to prove himself since he's fighting down a tier.
Yep.
And I don't see him losing, in my opinion. I really don't.
Pettis, he did have a great fight against Donald Cerrone, Cowboy.
Yeah.
That was his last fight where he broke his 2-loss streak to get his first win. And I did read that somewhere he's very fired up for this fight, and he wants to get his first win streak in a couple of years. He hasn't had a win streak in a few years, but that is why I'm going with Alex Morano. Pettis, 33 years old, 3 years older than Morano. He does have experience. Do believe the younger guys are going to come out on top here tonight.
It's gonna be a good fight. That's definitely gonna be one to watch.
Morano 4-1 in his last 5 fights, and that loss coming to Chaos Williams, who's also fighting on Saturday night. And Chaos Williams is 11-1-0 and has just had a great, just had a great showing with his opportunities in UFC 247 against Morano, and then some other recent fights that he had. UFC Fight Night on November 14th, another win. Both were technical knockouts. They had to wave off the fight because he was killing a guy. So I got no problem betting with Morano. One loss in the past few fights.
Smart bet, but
I think he's got it. Pettis with the experience might take it though. I see where you're going with that one.
I'm sticking with Pettis definitely.
All
right, so who we got next?
So the next one we're getting into the main card event. So we got Michel Pereira versus Chaos Williams, as we were just talking about him. I think you guys already know who I'm going to go with in this one.
Yeah, to start this out, clear Chaos Williams. I mean, just look at his stats, man. There's no way
he's an underdog. I don't understand why he's an underdog.
There's no way you can go against this guy. His significant strikes, 28.42 a minute.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He succeeded 56% of them.
He's honestly a very good fighter at the moment. I'm glad to see him on this main card.
Yeah,
he's been in a few kind of prelim fights recently. I'm glad to see him on here. He's going to take advantage of this opportunity that he's got.
I mean, Pereira has the 1-inch height advantage.
They're
both the same weight, clearly.
Chaos Williams has a 4-inch reach advantage, which helps a lot in UFC with just significant strikes in general.
Yeah.
With his amount already,
and then
I just don't see any way that he's losing this fight.
Look at Pereira's significant strikes. Only 7.4 a minute, and only 54% of those are succeeded.
Chaos Williams in his last 7-0, 7 straight wins, hasn't lost in 7 fights.
He's a beast, man.
Pereira in his last 5 is 3-2.
Yeah.
So still good. He's got a winning record, but
I just don't understand how Chaos Williams is the underdog in this one. Yep. I don't get that, but
I'd take Chaos Williams.
Yeah, I'm taking Chaos
Williams. Take him money line. Don't even take him knockout or technical knockout. Yeah, just take him money line.
Take him money line.
That's a good idea.
You're gonna win your bet there.
It's not a bad bet. You're gonna like
knockout. I mean, who knows?
It's possible. Guy's also an animal.
Very possible. So, if you want to take that, I'm not going to turn you against it. But I'm not going to take that just because it's a risk.
I'm not going to as well. In his last 5 fights, Chaos Williams has had 3 of those fights result in a first round knockout or technical knockout, though. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
He comes out very hot.
That first round, he's a fighter, man.
Yeah. He's doing well so far this year. Let's get right into the main event now. I'm not taking any bets on the main event. I just don't. I don't like messing with them. I just feel that there is a lot of money on the line, and there's possibilities for rigging. Not that I'm a huge believer in rigging, but some guys take a dive. Man. It's weird. Stuff happens like that, so especially in the main cards where a lot of money's being thrown around.
We got Neal and Thompson. So, I mean, Neal, his record's a little bit better, 13-2. Thompson's record, 15-4-1. Thompson, age 37. Neal, age 30.
Yep.
So I think that's going to play a big factor. Thompson has the 1-inch height advantage. I mean,
Thompson is the underdog in this fight.
Thompson is the underdog.
Neal is the favorite.
Yeah. The reach, they have the same reach. No advantage there. So Neal, he's a southpaw.
Yeah, I also had that written down. So
Neal is a southpaw. I think
Thompson hasn't seen a southpaw fighter in the last 5 fights. I'd like to see how he responds to it. I'm sure that's the only thing they've been preparing for. It's fighting a guy who's in the southpaw.
Thompson has some experience though. I mean,
it's going to be interesting to see how.
It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to take Neal on this one. I'm pretty sure you're going to take the same, but I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm not really putting any bets down on this fight, but if I was, I'm taking the favorite, Geoff Neal.
Yeah.
Jeff Neal. He's -1.
Who spells their name? Geoff. Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. But anyways, yeah, they get the same reach. Neal's got a 1 inch. He's 1 inch smaller than Thompson.
They don't take that many significant strikes.
Taking the favorite, though.
They really don't take that many significant strikes.
Yeah, but Neal actually does have more significant strikes per minute.
He does.
I'm just taking him on that. I like taking bets on a significant strike per minute. That's a good bet to go by.
I think he's going to win.
It just gives you a good idea of who's going to have the more strikes. In my opinion,
I think he's going to win by KO or TKO. I'm going to put that down right there.
It's possible. I'm happy to watch this one, though, because this one is not a pay-per-view event.
Both of us, we're not going to take any bets on this one, but I think Neal's going to win by KO or TKO. So,
and then finally, I'm going to get back to college football real quick.
Love my college football.
Just to kind of end it off. A lot of different championship games. Not a lot of championship games, but a bunch of different games being canceled this week. Due to COVID concerns, which is a complete shame.
Biggest one.
The biggest one, the Sun Belt Championship, Coastal versus Louisiana Raging Cajuns, which is a tough one for me to try and swallow. It's a big pill for me to swallow.
Pretty big Coastal fans here.
That's a big loss for me as Coastal. They come out and have a convincing win against the Raging Cajuns, and they're looking for a later bowl game, which would have been great. Would have had to have taken a flight down to Myrtle Beach and just go watch a game down there. If it was in Coastal or whatever it might be, I'd be there if they had fans. But
I love seeing Coastal succeed this year, man. I love seeing them succeed.
That's great. Yeah, no, they're a smaller school, especially going up against some of the others. I mean, in the Sun Belt, they're all relatively the same, but
I mean, that win against BYU, though,
big win. That was a big win.
That was awesome.
That was a great game. They played well. They had a fabulous defensive stop at the end.
Yeah.
Not much else you could ask for being a Coastal fan.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's about all we got for the podcast today. Appreciate you guys tuning into the first one. We had a lot of great support on that one.
Huge.
Appreciate all the likes. Feel free to leave us a comment with any comments, criticisms. I'm always down to have some criticism.
Yeah, just tell us.
We're not perfect. We know that. Let us know.
Tell us what you guys would like to see.
Yeah. If you guys don't like college football, we won't do college football. We don't even need
to do college football.
If you guys don't like college hockey,
we're not that big into college. We're not that big into college football. I mean, we love watching it.
Like to please the crowd and put out some variety. So
variety's huge.
Whatever you guys would like to hear, just let us know.
Comment down below what you guys want to see. Basketball, that's going to be coming. NHL hockey, obviously, we're big hockey guys.
Yep.
So that's going to be coming.
Some other stuff. We got other content that we're going to put out on YouTube. Like to go out on Main Street and ask people questions about sports. Maybe ask them some funny questions. Just some other stuff. So make sure you give us a like and a subscribe on YouTube so you guys can
follow our socials too. We got an Instagram account.
Just to keep up with us.
Follow our Twitter. We just made a Twitter account too.
Casual, funny stuff on Twitter. So
we'll put our Twitter and Instagram in our description of the video. Also like and sub, of course. Please, that'd be a huge help.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure that's about it. You got anything to say, Kurt?
Nah, nothing else.
Alrighty.
Signing off, guys. Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
Peace.